Greetings, YouTube. How's everybody doing out there today? Well, this ain't a tool video. I just want to talk about what's going on in the car world, the stuff I've been hearing. Motor Trends magazine is a good indicator. The things that are going on with the car system is they're going all electric. And I heard from one guy that they were going to cancel the Camaro in 23. Well, Motor Trend says it's going to be 24. And I can see why they're canceling it, because the Camaro used to be the poor man's Corvette. You can get the Camaro with Corvettes like mine's got the same engine that a Corvette has in it from 97 to 04. Mine's got the same engine, just a little less power. Same engine, but it's like 300 plus horsepower, where the Corvette's like 350 horsepower. And it was half the price of, it's more than half the price of Corvette. When my car was new, it was between 21 and 27,000. Looking at mine, it was probably about 23,000, because it didn't come with no good wheels, but it came with a leather interior. And I don't like the electric cars. I love hearing the sound of a V8. I don't like those electric cars. Yeah, they're cool. They got a lot of horsepower and all that stuff. That's probably the only thing I like about the electric car. The only one thing, they could put as much horsepower on those things and don't have to worry about a gas guzzling tax. But you ain't gonna hear that sound of a V8. I don't know. It's probably gonna have a whining sound to it. You ever mess with a little RC car? Well, that's what you're getting, a bigger RC car. Another thing too is, guys, is when they go with these electric cars, what's going to happen is they're going to have control over these cars. That's what the G system's for: 5G, 4G, 5G. Probably by the end of this decade, we'll probably be at 6, 7G. Who knows? And that's a lot of radiation in a car, guys. A lot of radiation in a car. But then they're going to start taxing. This is how they're going to get people out of their cars. By 2030, I don't know if trucks are in this or not. Usually trucks are not in this. But like your 1500 model trucks, they usually put them in it. But 25 and up, they usually get some kind of waiver form. But I don't know. The way they got battery engines today, I mean, they're trying to come out with big rigs. And I think Tesla was trying to build one for Pepsi, if they haven't built it yet. And I know I saw commercials where FedEx has got a box truck that's all electric, and they also have their autonomous stuff too. Yep, there goes your job. But they're going to have so much control over these electric cars, and they're going to have so many taxes. This is how they're going to do. They're going to tax and insure you out of your car, because it's going to be so expensive. And if you don't pay your tax, they'll send a signal out to your car and shut your car off. If you get caught driving without paying the tax, they're going to take your car. I see it coming. I see it coming. And then I'm sure as this decade progresses into electric cars, the gas prices are going to go up and up and up and up and up and up. So they can kind of force you out of your gas car and try to make you convert your car into an electric car. About 25, 26 years ago, there was a company in California that was doing that already. You bring them your car and they take your gas engine out and convert it into electric. There was a company out there doing that. I remember seeing it on a news report somewhere. But that's what I see coming down the road, guys. It's not going to be, yeah, it's going to look good. Like the Hummer came out, oh, it's 1,000 horsepower, but it only goes like 350 miles. 300 to 350 miles. And the charging time, I mean, yeah, they'll probably get it to where you ain't got to sit there like you do with the Teslas. I heard it's hour, 2 hours, or whatever for charge time. Where a gas car, man, you can go gas station to gas station and keep rolling. Stop for 5-10 minutes, get you some fuel, get you a bag of chips and a soda or something. and you're ready to go again. To where these Teslas and stuff, man, right now they're not charging super fast. I mean, I heard they're gotten better, but one thing you guys got to remember, guys, I'll show you this battery. This is a 12 amp battery, Milwaukee. I gotta charge it. It's 12 amps, but when you start putting a load on this, it starts taking the amperage down quick, fast. These here last a lot longer. I got some 9 amp hour batteries, and they switched to 8 amp hour batteries. Supposed to be more powerful than the 9. But I mostly use this thing on my weed eater or chainsaw, my hedge trimmers, and it lasts a long time. But every time you stop and start, that's when the drag gets pulled on these batteries. So yeah, you got a 1200 horsepower electric car, and I got my gas car. I can outpace you with my gas car, because your electric car, yeah, we can go out there and get on it and we can race or whatever. You do it about 4 or 5 times, your battery's going to go low. All I got to do is run to the gas station, fill up, I'm ready to go again. I got to wait on you to recharge again. And that's what a lot of people are not paying attention. If you're driving normally, yeah, it'll last a while. But every time you recharge these batteries, it starts killing them. Every time. And that's the way these cars are going to be. It's going to start killing them. Look at all the industry they're going to kill. Water pumps, fluids. Yeah, the brakes will probably be all right. The tires will probably be all right. Suspension will probably be all right. I don't know if they're going to... I talked about a direct drive transmission before, like in a golf cart, certain golf carts, older golf carts that I drove in before that was gas powered, they had like a direct drive where it's just forward and reverse. There wasn't it had like a gearbox, and it kind of mimics a transmission, but it was 1 speed forward, 1 speed in reverse. If they're going with that system, they probably won't have no fluids for their transmission. It'll probably be a sealed up style transmission or something. But these electric cars, guys, I'm not no big fan of them. I'm really not. And I hope all the big 3 that go to these electric cars, and they take it, and they probably don't have no choice either, guys, because the car manufacturers don't make the gasoline, they don't make the oil. They don't make half the parts for their cars. And plastic stuff is made from oil. And they got to go with the flow too, unless they're an oil company. But they got to go with the flow too. And I'm okay with offsetting. Like if you don't want a V8 car, you want a gas sipping car, you go buy a 4-cylinder or V6. I'm okay with that. Like Camaro has a 4-cylinder and a V6 and a V8. I'm okay with that, but that's not going to be the case. You're going to either get a little 300 horsepower electric engine, or an 800 horsepower electric engine, or you step up to the big one where it's 1500. But it's going to kill Edelbrock, that makes performance parts. It's going to kill MSD. I mean, your plug manufacturers are going to get hit. Your wires, the coil packs, all of it. And you probably won't have no AutoZone. There probably won't be no AutoZone. If there is, it's going to be very small, because I that's what I see, guys. After about 2030, when 2030 gets here and they ban all gas powered engines, or they might let you still have a gas powered engine, but it's going to be a hybrid, which them don't have no power either. But I like the concept of having a good gas saving car around, because I got one. I got a couple of them. And this right here, it gets pretty good gas mileage, guys. It gets probably, if you just drive it, it gets about 25, 27 miles a gallon for V8. That's pretty good. But when you get on is when the gas goes like that. But that's my little rant, guys. I still, I got the magazine somewhere, and I might share it with you one day. Hot Rod Magazine, probably about 6-8 months ago, had a Camaro on the front of it. 1,000 horsepower electric car. When I saw that, I knew what was coming. But the Camaro's going to be history because their sales are. I see why. One, GM don't promote their cars like Dodge does. They don't promote their cars. They're way too expensive. You know, the Camaro used to be the poor man's Corvette. The Camaro and Trans Am used to be the poor man's Corvette. And now they're like price of a Corvette. You get a ZL1 Camaro and they're about 75, 80,000 bucks. To where when you got a Camaro SS, your price is between 25 and 35,000 towards the end of this generation. So yeah, I'm not liking where we're headed, guys. I'm really not. And another thing too, in the summertime when it's like 100 degrees out here and the humidity's like high and everybody's got their air conditioning and central air units, they're like, oh, you need to turn down your thermostat on your. What are they gonna do when there's 5 million cars plugged in on top of these air conditioners? Well, I tell you what they're gonna do. That's where the smart meter comes in. My old house, the Crook Energy / Duke Energy. The reason why I call them crooks, guys, because they're like the gas. They're like any gas company, utilities, whatever. They tell you what you're going to pay, and there ain't no way around it. And I don't know how much a kilowatt is, and I don't know how much their natural gas or propane. Well, usually you can find out how much propane is, but I don't know how much natural gas is if you got a direct line from the street to your house. I don't know. Only thing I know, you get the bill and they say, well, this is what you owe. You know. I have no idea how to read those meters, what they mean or anything. There's probably people out there that do, especially the old people who used to work for the gas and electric company. But anyway, they sent me out a letter. This is when I had my old house, probably about probably close to 20 years ago. They said, hey, we're starting this new program, and you can qualify for rebates, and on peak time. When everybody's pumping all the power and stuff for air conditionings and stuff, you might get a discount. And I was like, sounds pretty good. I read the thing, but I probably didn't go into it totally. So I went ahead, I signed up for it. They come out and put a smart meter on my air conditioning. So at peak time, when they think nobody's at home, they shut your air conditioner off for about an hour, maybe 10 minutes, 15, 20, an hour, 2 hours, I don't know. And it didn't dawn on me until I heard somebody talking about it, how they're using these smart meters to control your thermostat in your house. And I was like, oh. So then it all clicked. Now I have a full-blown smart meter on my house. And I'm looking at ways to get rid of the electric company. I'm always trying to get off the grid totally. I'm down to like 2 things where I need to be off the grid: the electric and the water. I'm off the sewage, I'm off gas, and a few other things. I can't remember everything that all the bills you get when you're in the city compared to being out in the countryside. So now our electric constantly flashes or goes out for about a minute or 2. So now they can see what's pulling out of your house and what time of the year it is, and they can control your thermostat. You say, well, how can they control your thermostat? One, if you got the smart thermostat, it's going to connect with that meter. Where you can control the thermostat on your phone, it's going to connect with that meter. 2, they'll be able to tell the amperage that's coming out of that meter, and they'll be like, well, it's about noon, it's 100 degrees outside, there shouldn't be nobody at home. Well, right now a lot of people are still at home, but there shouldn't be nobody at home. We're going to turn our house off for about 2 hours. That's how they're going to get you. But as we get going, it's going to be 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours. And then they're going to constantly, the power grid is overloaded. And every time they cut your power back, they're still charging you the same amount. That's how down there in Texas. Read what happened down there in Texas this past winter when they shut the power off. Even though those people didn't have power for 2-3 weeks, they still got charged the same amount. That's what I've been hearing from good, reliable sources. They still got charged the same amount, and they make billions of dollars shutting your stuff down for a short period of time. Billions of dollars because they're still charging. It's like a credit card, you know, like all these banks. These banks out there. There was one bank, I can't remember the name of it, but it was 7-8 years ago. They opened up these accounts in people's names and maxed the card out, and then charged them overdraft fee and late fees for credit cards they didn't even accumulate. And some people didn't even realize. Some people that has a lot of credit cards, they probably like, oh, I forgot to pay that. Well, you never had it. So that's where we're headed, guys. Control. The name of the game is control. That's the name of the game, control. And the problem that I have is how much we're gonna put up with that. That's why I wish I had a lot more money and a lot more time to work on getting my house totally off the grid. I need to dig for a cistern, put a cistern in. That'll wax, and I need to wrap my roof. I got a lot of things I need to get done. I don't have the time right now to get it done. Heck, I'm still not finished with this place yet. I'm about 85, 90% there. I just got to finish that back corner back there. So, well, guys, that's my little rant on electric cars. Yeah, it's going to be cool, man, to have 1,500 horsepower electric car. But it ain't going to be 1,500 horsepower the whole time. So where this thing right here, it's going to stay to 300 horsepower, 500 horsepower, whatever you do to one of these gas cars. And I'm going to miss that sound of the V8. That's why, you know, kids that are going to be born probably 5 years from now, 10 years from now, they ain't going to know what a V8 is unless they go back to YouTube, if YouTube's still around, and listen to cars that were canned with a V8 and exhaust. They're going to kill the exhaust community. And one or two things happens. When they start killing things, prices go way up. Like when they start killing Freon, I remember when they killed the old one, what was it, R12. When they start killing the R12, it went up. It went from like, I don't know, like $30, $40 a pound to like $200, $300 a pound. And there was even guys that was taking those recovery machines and going to junkyards and trying to get the R12 out of them so they can resell it. Eventually, R12 went bye-bye. And they got R134A and I think 1234A or something now. So eventually, they'll probably fade all that out and bring in something else. So, well, guys, I hope you continue to have a great day today, a great week. I will talk to you later. Until the next time, bye-bye.